Nestled between rolling hills and a river that sang through the night, the village of Umuko was a place where time moved slowly. Thatched roofs rose above red earth paths, and the scent of roasted yams and palm oil filled the air during festivals. Life was guided by tradition, and the heart of that tradition was the village chief, Igwe Majuabuchi, whose word was law. Igwe Majuabuchi, regal in his lion-skin cloak and coral beads, was respected and feared in equal measure. His family had ruled Umuko for generations, and his decisions were rarely questioned, not even by the village council of elders. The people of Umuko prided themselves on unity. Disagreements were whispered in corners, not shouted in the open. It was believed that peace came from obedience, and to speak against the Igwe was to speak against the gods. But that peace, as beautiful as it appeared, came at a cost. Nwakigo, a widow in her mid-30s, was not born in Umuko but had married into it. Known for her intelligence and fierce spirit, she was different, bold, inquisitive, and unafraid to question the way things had always been. Her trouble began when the chief ordered the eviction of widows from ancestral lands to expand the new community market. The land had belonged to their late husbands, but the chief declared that progress demanded sacrifice. Nwakigo, having buried her husband only 2 years before, watched as her late father-in-law's compound was marked for demolition. Her protest began quietly. She spoke at women's gatherings and sought explanations from the council. But when her pleas were ignored, she did the unthinkable. She stood in the village square and publicly questioned the Igwe's decision. Gasps echoed like thunder. Women pulled their children away. Men avoided her gaze. But Nwakigo stood tall, her voice clear and defiant. The backlash was swift. Nwakigo was summoned before the Council of Elders, where she was warned that defiance was a path to ruin. Rumors spread like wildfire, that she had disrespected the ancestors, that her husband's spirit would abandon her, that misfortune would follow anyone who supported her. Her farm was vandalized. Her children were mocked. Even her late husband's family disowned her. Yet, every morning, she walked to the land and stood there silently, a lone figure guarding her memory, her dignity, and the rights of every widow watching from behind closed doors. The chief, infuriated by her resistance, declared she had until the next full moon to vacate the land. He sent guards to intimidate her. But she never flinched. As the deadline approached, Nwakigo began to gain quiet allies, a retired teacher, a crippled farmer, and a few brave women. Together, they began to speak. They told stories of other injustices, other abuses. What began as whispers grew into conversation. Nwakigo faced each threat